In this exercise, we'll be implementing 4 local methods. Now there are 2 format of methods. One is applicable for insert, update, delete, and one format is for select. So there are 2 types of format in which a method will be created. So we'll see each one of them. So I'll say function insert into person. I'll say hash PID int comma p name. I don't have to do hash because it will be created automatically. String which returns bool. So here there are 2 parameters which we need to pass, right? Therefore there are 2 parameters to the method. Now before we execute, we need to bind this to question mark. So we'll be writing sqlite 3 bind int. Okay, we'll be passing the statement, the index will be starting from the 1, because in SQL query your row 0 is registered with your metadata query, and from row 1 onwards you start passing your parameter to your question mark. Therefore the sequence is the only place in your programming where indexing starts from 1. Rest everywhere the indexing is starts from 0. Now here it needs integer, so you will say c int PID, because you need to convert your Swift string into your C string, C integer. Similarly, you have sqlite 3 bind text. You will pass the insert person, index is 2. You will be converting your p name as ns string, and then you will be sending it to the UTF-8 string. Oops. And then -1 to set the length, and the fifth pointer is nil in Swift. Okay, and then you will say return execute update, pass the method. So basically for insert, update and delete, you will first bind the SQL statement, and then you will call common method called execute update. Whatever the type it returns, that same return will be given to your insert into person. Now basically your SQL statement get executed using SQLite 3 step, but depending upon the type of statement is getting executed, the return type, the return constant is different. So what we have done in a SQLite database, we created 2 methods, execute update and execute select. Execute update and execute select call execute statement only. With the statement what you pass with the expected constant. So execute statement, it call execute SQLite 3 step only. Obviously you have to convert that into your Swift int and you compare. So if your success constant is equal to the success constant which you are getting from the execution of your statement, if it's not equal to, that means you fail to execute your statement, it will return false, and else it will return true. So for your insert, update, delete, the constant is always SQLite done, whereas for the execute select, it's always SQLite row. So that's why we call execute update. Now similarly, I'll create function update person with hash PID, type int, comma p name string, again returns bool. Now I'll copy this all 3 statements. Now your sequence changes because here the question mark, first question mark is bind with the p name and second with the PID. So I'll say 1, 2, and instead of insert I'll say update person. Similarly I'll implement delete person from. I'll just pass the PID because it only need 1 question mark. So I'll copy this same. So it's basically a very mechanical process. So once you get used to it, it's same, right? So I'll say delete person, execute, update, delete person, and it returns boolean. Okay, so in my next exercise we'll see the pattern of creating select query. Okay, so we are done with the insert, update, delete. Now we have to implement select query in the next exercise.